Okay, in this round of examples, we're going to find again the first four terms, and we're going to find a specified term. But the small difference from these examples to the ones we did in the previous section is that here, instead of like finding, say, asking us to find, say, term number 14, they are giving the description of the term in terms of the power of x that the term has after simplifying. So let's see how this works out. So here we'll start by finding the first four terms, which we've done. So we're going to go through this a bit quickly this time. So we're going to have y over x to the power 14. Then 14 is the coefficient for the next term. This is now going to be power 13. Then the b term is going to be to the power 1, so x squared over y to the power 1. And then combinations of 14 taking 2 at a time, y over x is now going to be to the power 12, x squared over y to the power 2. Combinations of 14 taking 3 at a time, y over x to the power 11, then x squared over y to the power 3. So first term is going to simplify to y to the power 14 over x to the power 14. Second term is going to simplify to 14. It's going to be y to the power 12, and then this is going to be over x to the power 11 being 13 minus 2. Then combinations of 14 taking 2 at a time is 91. So 91 here, y to the power is going to be 12 minus 2, will be 10. And then here is going to be x to the power it's going to be 7, I think. And then the last term, combinations of 14 taking 3 at a time is 364, y to the power 8, x to the power 3. No, it's actually going to be, just one moment. This one is 8, and this one is 5. So 8 here and 5 there. Okay, so that's the first bit. And then in the second bit, we want term involving x to the power 4. So in this part of the question, what they're saying is that the terms of this binomial expansion, when you simplify them, one of the terms is going to have x to the power 4. Just like this one, for instance, has got x to the power negative 8 because it's in the denominator. So we're going to do show you two methods to do this. So method 1, I am going to call it the AP approach. So we're going to use the fact that the powers of x like we mentioned before, are going to form an arithmetic progression. So term 1, term 2, term 3. In term 1, the power of x is negative 14. In term 2 is negative 11. In term 3, it's negative 8. So what the question is saying is that there is a term where the power is 4. We need to find which term that one is. So if you look at this, the common difference is plus 3. So if you like, Tn, it's going to be negative 14 plus 3 into n minus 1. So this is going to be 3n minus 17. So for the term in question, we need this to be equal to 4. So this is telling us that 3n is going to be 21. So n is going to be 7. So it's going to be the 7th term that we are interested in. That's going to give us x to the power 4. Before we work out the term, I'm just going to do the other method. Okay. So in the other method, method 2, we are going to use the formula for TR. Say that TR is going to have this form r minus 1. Okay. So this is term number r. So for the case in hand, n is so that's the power, n is 14. So and then r minus 1 here. The a term is y over x, and the b term is x squared over y. X squared over y. So this is going to be to the power r minus 1. This one is to the power is 14 minus r plus 1. So 14 minus r plus 1 here, x squared over y, r minus 1. Okay. So the thing that we do in this method is just for now we're going to disregard all the terms that are not x. So we're just going to focus on x. So like here there's no x, so we're going to leave that one here. So we're going to write that as 1 over x to the power, this is going to be 15 minus r, or maybe let me just write it like this. So just 1 over x to the power 15 minus r, and then this one is going to be x squared r minus 1. So we're just going to work with this for now. So in the numerator it's going to be this term, so x to the power 2r minus 2. In the denominator we're going to have x to the power 15 minus r. Then this is going to be numerator power minus denominator power. So it's going to be x to the power 2r minus 2. Take away 15 minus r. So it's going to be x to the power 3r minus minus 17. Sorry. Okay. Now Then in the term of interest, this thing must be equal to x to the power 4, because that's the term we are looking for the term involving x to the power 4. So this tells us that 3r minus 17 must be equal to 4. So again, 3r is equal to 21, which means r is equal to 7. So this again gives us the 7th term. Now the advantage with this method here is that it is pretty simple to follow, but the disadvantage with it is that we are using these calculated terms here, and if there is a mistake here, then that means whatever we do in this section is based on a wrong working, and so it is not going to be correct, whereas this one does not have that problem because we are not basing our calculation on something that could have a mistake. Okay, so finally let's do then term number 7. So this is going to be combinations of 14, taking 6 at a time here. Just going to plug it in here. So we're going to have y over x, x squared over y to the power 6 here. Then this one is going to be 8, because 8 plus 6 is 14. Then we need to work out combinations of 14, taking 6 at a time. Going to give us 3003. Then y to the power 8 over x to the power 8. Then here x to the power 12 over y to the power 6. It's going to be 3003. X is going to simplify to x to the power 4. Then this is going to be y squared, being 8 minus 6. Alright, so that's how that one works. We're now going to go to the second one, and then we'll leave the third one for you as an exercise. The second one, we have 2x squared minus y squared over x squared to the power 18. So 2x squared y squared over x squared to the power 18. We want term involving x to the power negative 24. We're just going to do this bit of the question here, okay, and I'm going to use the second method. So this time TR is going to be combinations of 18, taking r minus 1 at a time, 2x squared here to the power 18 minus r plus 1, y squared over x squared to the power r minus 1. R minus 1 is the power there. Then if we just look at the powers of x, so here we're going to have x squared to the power 19 minus r, 18 plus 1 is 19. Then in the denominator we're going to have x squared to the power r minus 1. The numerator works out to x to the power 38 minus 2r. Denominator works out to x to the power 2r minus 2. Then when we subtract these two, So we're going to have x to the power 38 minus 2r minus 2r minus 2. So this is going to be x to the power 40 minus 4r. In the term of interest, so we need x to the power negative 24 here. So we require those to be equal. So it tells us that 40 minus 4r is negative 24. So 4r is going to be 64. So r is going to be term number 16. So term number 16 is going to be combinations of 24, or rather is 18, taking 15 at a time. Gonna have 2x squared y squared over x squared to the power 15. So that means this one is going to have to be 3. Combinations of 18 taking 15 at a time is 816. 2 cubed there is 8. It's going to be x to the power 6. Then we're going to have y to the power 30 over x to the power 30. Then 816 times 8 is going to be 6528 y to the power 30 all divided by x to the power 24, being 6 minus 30. So this is the term we are looking for. Right, so if you want to pause the video and then have a go at this example number C here, and then when you continue, when you press play, then you'll find our solution. Alright, here the first term is 2x squared, second term is minus y over x cubed, and is 15. So first 4 terms is going to be first term to the power 15, and then second term coefficient is 15, and then first term is now to the power 14, and then second term is to the power 1. Then next, the first term is now to the power 13, so 15, 14, 13. This one was power 1 here, is power 2 here, and then power 13 here, power 12 here. This one was 2 and 3 combinations of 15, taking 3 at a time. Then when we simplify, these are the terms we're going to get. Now for the terms involving x, for the term involving x to the minus 30, so we start with this setup here. Then just focusing on the x terms, there is x squared here is going to be 16 minus r. There is x cubed here, so that's going to be x cubed to the power r minus 1 in the denominator. Then we remove the brackets, then subtract the power of the denominator from the power of the numerator. That works out to 35 minus 5r. In the term of interest, we have got x to the minus 30. So that means this must be equal to this. So when you solve, we get that r is 13. So we're looking for term number 13. This is going to work out like this. which if we simplify is going to give us that, which of course involves x to the power minus 30